How's it going, folks? Adrian here. Welcome back to the channel for, I think, the first news drop video of 2022. I've been super busy working on things, so I'm happy to be back and sharing stuff again. I hope all of you have been staying safe and getting some good gaming time in. Now, before we get to the news drop, I just want to do a real brief recap of all the major MMO events that's been happening so far in 2022. Probably the biggest highlight of the year so far is the launch of Lost Ark in the West, Smilegate's top-down MMORPG that's been on the radar for years and years, since it first launched in South Korea. Amazon publishing the game in NAEU has given it major life again in terms of hype, and the crazy thing is just how many non-MMO players Lost Ark has managed to pull in. I sadly haven't played it still because it's not available in my region, and I don't think it will ever be, but from what I'm hearing, folks are enjoying it despite the shortcomings we've all known about. The end of January was good too because The Elder Scrolls Online had its major year-long content reveal, Legacy of the Bretons, and the chapter will take us to the High Isles, which is a first for the Elder Scrolls series. We're going to be getting a new zone, of course, more companions, more story, and the new system of the year is an in-game collectible card game that players can play with each other or against the NPC for rewards, similar to Final Fantasy XIV's Triple Triad system or The Witcher's Gwent. We also saw the launch of Mortal Online 2 after months of beta on Steam, and despite early server issues after launch, the developers have been ironing out fixes pretty regularly and the community's been great so far. Star Wars The Old Republic has launched its latest expansion, Legacy of the Sith, this month, with new stories in Manaan and Elam, and the biggest addition is the new combat styles, allowing classes to customize gameplay, letting you choose any advanced class within the Tech or Force playstyle of your chosen class. And wrapping up early 2022 highlights, another Asian martial arts MMORPG, Justice Online, has been confirmed to be coming to the West sometime in late 2022. And The Lord of the Rings Online has launched its latest update, which for the first time in years is giving its legendary item system some love with a new reward track progression system. With quick recaps out of the way, it's time for some recent news over the past week. So let's start things off with Final Fantasy XIV. Square Enix has said that it has plans to support the MMORPG for the next 10 years, and during the recent letter from the producer livestream, we got some idea of what new features and content are in the pipeline. First up will be the tweaks to the trust system, which will see it implemented for all the main scenario dungeons of the base game content, A Realm Reborn. For those who don't know, the trust system basically lets you play the game's dungeons solo with NPC companions instead of other real players, and the updated dungeon list will be live with patch 6.1 coming in April. Secondly, and this one's got plenty of folks excited, Yoshi P has confirmed that work is underway to begin the game's first graphical update for both character and world visuals, which include higher resolution textures, better lighting and shadows, among other things, but we'll only start to see the end result when the next FF14 expansion rolls around, maybe a couple of years from now. Onward we go to The Elder Scrolls Online. Some previews of what's coming with Update 33 on March 14th have arrived this week, and it sounds pretty good. Account-wide achievements have been announced, folks, and this has been a long time coming. Most of the in-game achievements will now be account-wide, meaning many in-game titles will now be shared with all your characters, and ZOS mentions that doing this will in fact increase performance and reduce loading screen times. Elsewhere, there's better changes to how the Undaunted skill line advances, new PvP rewards, and the addition of a new assistant that deconstructs items for materials on the go. All of this will be arriving in addition to the dungeon content of the Ascending Tide DLC. You can learn more about this on the preview article, linked down below. Next up, let's talk some Guild Wars 2. If you didn't know, the game's third expansion, End of Dragons, is coming next week on the 28th, taking us all back to Cantha for more story and gameplay goodness, with a possible wrap on the Dragon Saga in Tyria. We can look forward to new features like fishing and boating, a new multi-seater siege turtle mount, new gameplay companion, new elite specializations, and legendary weapons, and the list goes on. There's still time to pre-order the expansion to get the bonus goodies, and doing so also enters you into a giveaway if you're in an eligible country, so check that out. Over the past couple of weeks, ArenaNet has shared plenty of teasers like the making of the soundtrack, previews of the new zones and gameplay, among other things. And the main website is where you want to head to get caught up on all this info. I've live streamed launch day content for every major Guild Wars 2 release so far, and that's not going to change. I'll see you guys on launch day right here on YouTube. For World of Warcraft players, Update 9.2 Eternity's End has arrived, and that means a ton of content to dive into, like the new Zereth Mortis zone, the Sepulchre of the First Ones raid, a new arena, and 8 new campaign chapters to wrap up the Shadowlands adventure. On top of that, don't forget new Torghast layers and challenges, and you can craft battle pets and mounts now with the new protoform synthesis feature, so you collectors out there, take note. Overall, this patch seems to cover all bases of the gameplay experience for WoW players, and you'd expect it to, considering how long players have been waiting for this update. Now moving on to Black Desert Online, Pearl Abyss this week has revealed a teaser for its upcoming expansion titled Mountain of Eternal Winter, which is playing on screen right now. More details will be released on March 10th, but so far we know there's going to be a brand new region, gear, and more to look forward to. Besides that, the game is offering special login rewards from now until April 6th to celebrate the 6th anniversary of the NAEU version. Special login rewards includes buffs like the value pack for 20 days that you can acquire on day 1. Now for something new, sci-fi fans, get ready for Hyperspace, a brand new sandbox MMO from the studio Carbon-Based Lifeforms from Scotland. This upcoming free-to-play title draws inspiration from the 1970s era of sci-fi where 4 economic territories vie for control in space, and you are in the thick of it. Hyperspace players can create their character based on one of 8 playable races, each with their own expanded lore and culture within a much larger universe, and participate in several activities with classes which include Hunter, Gatherer, Explorer, and Trader, allowing them to customize their experience to suit their style of play. Unfortunately, there isn't a teaser trailer or gameplay footage yet, as it's still early days of development, but you can check out their website and sign up for updates. I'll post a link down below. Over in South Korea, Nexon and XH Studios have revealed that they are working on a new MMORPG, a sequel to 2015's Heroes of Incredible Tales that was shut down in 2019. The new game is titled Hit 2, short for Heroes of Incredible Tales 2, and a new teaser trailer was published highlighting some fancy character models featuring heroes known from the original game alongside new ones. Sources say we should expect a full release in 2022 for PC and mobile platforms. And that's all I've got for now, folks. We'll return to the normal news drops covering more MMOs, especially newer and indie titles in the coming weeks. Meantime, I'm going to be setting up my stream for Guild Wars 2 End of Dragons, the expansion launch happening next week, and in the meantime, hey, feel free to support the channel and me by hitting that like button and subscribing to the channel if you haven't already for more on MMOs. Once again, I'm Adrian, and I thank you for watching.